Please stop, man. Please stop, brother. Stop masturbating. Stop fapping, brother. This is what you're doing because you're considering yourself that you're Nofap, and maybe physically you're not fapping, physically you're not masturbating all the time, but there is also another type of masturbation, whether you believe it or not. And it is called, my brother, mental masturbation. Mental fapping. Let me explain. Let me explain, my brother. You have all these huge ideas. You have all these huge dreams. Let's become a millionaire in 2 years or 2 months, or who knows what your goal might be. Or hey man, let's become this rock star. Or hey man, let's run that marathon, or whatever that might be. Or become a musician. Who knows? This is your shit. And so you're waking up and you're so excited about this whole thing, and you're just like, hey man, like I'm becoming the best salesperson on this planet. And I will start reading all these books, and you're just like reading and reading and reading and reading and reading and reading. And you're like, man, like I'm becoming the best salesperson. And you've read, after a year, you were like, man, like I read all the self-help books. I've been reading all the sales books. Now I'm supposed to be like a sales expert, and so on and so forth. Wrong. Wrong. Because throughout this year, what you've done is just simply fapping. Mentally masturbating, playing with the damn idea of becoming a real estate agent, for example. I'm coming up with this thing as an example because I like this shit. So, this is what we do, brothers. And I would like to talk about experience. This is what we do all the time. It's like we have a huge idea and we just start, like planning upon this, like I will start this. My shit is digital agency, by the way. Hey man, like starting this agency. This is how we're talking with my clients. This is how I will be getting the clients. This is how the sales process will look like. This is how the prospecting process will look like. This is how the fulfillment look like. And I'm planning ahead every single damn freaking much shit. I'm on every forum and I'm the YouTube channel of that shit. And after weeks and after months, I'm still in the planning session, brother. And despite of this whole thing warming up my soul and giving me the fake confidence, giving me the fake confidence of, hey man, like I'm an agency owner, I'm good in the space, like I'm an entrepreneur. Despite of giving me this fake confidence, it is not giving me anything. It is not giving me anything. Because reality happens when you're putting in the action. When you're putting in the action, it's not like, hey man, like I'm planning out my perfect ketogenic diet and I'll be starting 1 meal a day. Fucking when, brother? When? It is not about the planning. It is not about having everything to be perfect. It is about getting out there and taking the fucking action. It is not about, like planning and taking and looking at all the opportunities out there and just do and do and do and... No, brother, no. It comes down to one freaking thing. Action. And I'll be telling you from experience, and you can look up the big guys, like the real big guys on YouTube. Gary V, my favorite one, Hormozy, like whoever who's like very, very high in business or in media or whatever that might be. They are talking about it too. It is simple and it is boring and it is not inspiring many times. It is called work. This is what you have to do. And so I would like to come up with my personal example, as I told you that throughout the last days, I pretty much caused something with my amygdalas and so on and so forth. So I felt a bit sick, Despite of that, I just coming out here to run every day, and the point over here is that inside myself I started to form something that, hey man, like I'm kind of weak, or like something needs to change, or I've been talking about this topic if you're checking out my recent videos. And so basically what I got is that, hey man, like I'm supposed to be changing this whole thing up. My business, like doesn't work like as I supposed to, as I wanted it to work. And I just started to look after new business opportunities. And so I just got this feeling what I've done 1.5 years ago, around like 1.5 years ago, before I really doubled down on one opportunity and been chasing one opportunity instead of 10. I was like, man, like, hey man, like I can start a real estate agency. Now I have all the skills. I know Google ads, I know Facebook ads, I know exactly how to structure the landing page, I know the exact funnel, I know how to call, I know everything. I'm also familiar in the construction business, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know, like I'm supposed to be starting a dental agency because, you know, I have these braces. Oh man. And what about a solar company? Like, man, like what if I was starting this? Throughout the last days, I've been working out at least 6 business ideas. 6 fucking business ideas, which could be all fucking working because I do have the skills for that. I do not have the industry knowledge, which would take months, I would say like half a year to get into the industry and get the initial shit to be going. But I would be good. Like I know from experience that I would be good on those things because I know most of the shit what is required because I already have experience on the field and with this business model. So I'm like, man, like, why didn't I start them? And so what I found myself upon is that, man, like, I'm starting this thing. I began to build up an SEO on my website instead of doubling down with Google ads and Facebook. I decided to, or you know, fixing my contract and so on and so forth. And so yesterday I had a super shitty day because I lost 2 clients. One was almost a short client, contract was almost signed, but he got some problem with the contract. Again, why? Because this was my fucking fault. I wasn't paying enough attention. Also, another client I lost because of fucking contractor. That was indirectly my problem, my responsibility, obviously. But he fucked up. Like that's the situation when you do not really know, when you couldn't really solve the situation. Like he fucked up. Like he just didn't check the emails, whatever. The point over here is that I just got like in this space and like I'm feeling shitty, my business doesn't work, so let's look after new business opportunities. So this is what I started to do. And so inside my mind I started to feel like puzzled. Like my mind is like, this is how I woke up today. It's like shit ton amount of directions. Hey man, like why didn't you buy that fucking piano? Why didn't you start doing this thing like that? Today I had also like 10 fucking ideas. It's like new idea. Yeah, this is the entrepreneurial blessing and curse too. Like new ideas all the time, want to start new shit all the time. And so what I found myself upon is that I've been doing this mental freaking masturbation. Like, man, like let's do this agency, this is how I will be doing all that shit. But man, like let's be fucking realistic over here. As I told you, if you start that shit, then you might be good in the very beginning for a few weeks because, you know, that's the initial excitement, so on and so forth. But after that, it will be the fucking same. You will have the freaking same fucking problems, the same fucking problems as in every single industry. People, brother, people, you'll have to deal with fucking people, just like in every single goddamn industry. That's it. It says like, man, like instead of fucking mental masturbating, just get back to your business. And if you want to quit from your business, either scale it up until the point where you can almost exit, or just simply keep it low and automatize it and just have a manager who is like doing all the shit and you're like checking in every 1 month. But up until that point, there is no freaking point of starting a new business because, again, like I'll be wasting a lot of time. And what if I figure out that I do not want that shit too? So what I wanted to talk to you about over here is that mental masturbation, and this is what I've been able to bring up because perhaps I'm the most fluent to present these opportunities because this is what is going on in my life. But eventually what is happening over here is that the actual point is that this is what we do all the time. Mental masturbation, brother. This is what we do, and just chasing new opportunities and planning up the new shit and the new business, the new running the marathon, the becoming the rock star, the doing the whatever the fuck we want to be doing. But by the end of the day, we just do not start any of that shit because it just feels better to think about that. Reality is not that good. Reality is shittier. Reality is fucking boring, and many times it's not inspiring. The payoff is inspiring, brother. Then this is why we do this shit. The payoff is inspiring. It is not inspiring to come out here and run. By the way, today I fucking felt like running despite of me having some shit with my amygdalas, but I do not believe in that shit. So I think that it will be gone by tomorrow. So, or maybe 2 days or something like that. So, brothers, don't do this like overthinking and like start doing the shit, bro. Because your time is ticking, man. Like, time is ticking. The faster you're figuring out what you want to do, also, the better. This is how we do, bro. So instead of trying to talk about that thing, instead of trying to, hey man, building my business, no. Pick up the fucking phone and go, brother. Love.